Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Welcome to this update slash introduction to a new project. It's a lot. I will have everything you need to know linked down below. I have had this month of January to check out what I wanted to do with my beauty bank. So last year I did beauty bank, and in beauty bank you get points for finishing makeup items. And then if you want to bring new items into your collection, you get to spend those points. I talked about in my recap of 2024 / intro for 2025 that I wasn't really sure if I wanted to continue the same way that I did beauty bank last year. I want to focus more on getting more use out of my whole collection. And last year was very focused on hitting pan and finishing items. I still want to finish things, but I also really want to focus on just using everything that I have and try to not bring in as much as I did last year. Like, things have gotten out of hand. I am very happy with my collection as it is right now. I have a lot of eyeshadows. Quick glance to the side to actually see how many I have. So I have 405 eyeshadows at this moment, and I just want to get use out of that. I don't really want to bring more in. I know bringing nothing in is an unrealistic goal for myself. I just know it. I know myself, but I want to spread my love and really get a feel for my collection and what I love in my collection and things that I maybe don't really love as much, so that I can decide if I want to keep those things in my collection or not. I did No Pan Left Behind last year, in which I will use every shadow in my collection once. I'm doing it again this year. That update is coming up. Stay tuned. So that really gives me a feel for everything that is in my collection, but I want to step it up a notch this year. So beauty bank, I think I will still sort of document my use and like No Pan Left Behind and if I finish items, but I want to focus on my eyeshadows. So I'm introducing years of usage. Now, years of usage, the project was created by 𝓮𝓪𝓬𝓮, and I will have her linked down below. I've seen a few people that I follow do it, and I thought it was a good idea to introduce this onto my channel. So years of usage is basically where it is now 2025. So I'm gonna try and use my eyeshadows 25 times. Now, can I use 405 eyeshadows 25 times in 1 year? No, that's not gonna happen. But I do wanna try my best to use as many shadows as I can, more than once. I think I should sort of start with try to use them 5 times and then see if I can work my way up to 25. There's shadows that I can definitely use 25 times, like the lid setting shades and crease colors. I can use those 25 times this year, but I can never use 400 plus eyeshadows 25 times in 1 year. I've seen people pick certain palettes to kind of focus on. I don't want to do that just yet. I want to give myself the space and the freedom to just use whatever I want. I have been writing down every shadow that I use every day, so that way I can tally the usage. I can very easily document my No Pan Left Behind. It's been a lot of work. Like, I'm writing a lot in the mornings, and I'm having to think about what it is that is on my eyes. But I've been really liking it. So and I've also been using it in my videos, so if you now look in my description box, you will get some inside information as to what I have used on my face today. So that's also fun. What? Do you want to say something? want to say? You want to say hi? Okay, good. Go check if there's birds. Yeah, go catch the birds. So as of right now, I've touched shadows here and there. It always feels weird to say I've touched shadows. It feels a little dirty, but you know what I mean? I've been dipping into multiple shadows. I'm not going to go over all of the shadows because some I just used once. I will focus on shadows that I've used 5 times so far or more, with the exception of my Panda palette shadows. You will have to watch the updates for those. I will let you know once I've reached the 25 use goal on those, but I'm not going to go over the usage on those shadows and show the palette because I do a separate video for that and I don't want to spoil anything. So I have a couple of palettes here with shadows that I've used 5 times or more than 5 times at this moment. I am, by the way, also doing expand those pans in which whenever I roll in a shadow, I want to use it 5 times. So that is also really helping to get 5 uses on shadows. And those are all shadows that already have pan. So some are in that project or were in that project, and some I've just used organically. Most of these are in a project, I just have to say that. But anyway, let's start. I have here the Beauty Bay Earthy palette. I've used the shade Ray 5 times. This one. There we go. Very beautiful shadow. Really enjoyed that. So that has been used 5 times. This is in a project, so I hope to get more use out of this. This shadow is originally from the 𝓮𝓮𝓮𝓮 palette. I have that depotted. This gold shadow, I believe it's called Summer. I've used that 9 times. This was also in a project. It could very well be that for projects I had to do like 10 uses or 15, and I've recorded 1 less use. Like this one, I'm pretty sure my goal was like 15, but I started that goal in 2024, so I've only counted the uses in 2025. So I've used it 9 times in 2025. Then we have Palm Beach from Mica Beauty Shop. I've used that 5 times. This wax paper shadow from 𝓮𝓮𝓮𝓮. I'm at 22 uses at the moment, so that is my lid setting shade, so that's why it's getting a lot of use. I have the Beauty Bay Dumbo palette. I'm not going to show you this because that would be a spoiler, but this is my Project Level Up palette, and I've used the light blue shadow 9 times so far, so we're good. We're like working on that. Then another Beauty Bay Disney palette. I have used the white shadow out of this one 8 times so far. This is in a, what is it in? Panda's eyeshadows, so that's why I've used that quite a bit. And then this one, oh my goodness, this one I've used a lot. It is the shade Cheeks from my Beauty Bay Love Notes palette, and this is also in Panda's eyeshadows. I mean, I can show you this because there's no spoilers. Still no pan in this. I've used this 23 times this year, so we're very close to the 25 use goal. I don't think I'll have pan in 25 uses, like 2 more uses. I don't think I'll have pan, but anyway, that would probably be the first shadow to get completed in this project. So that is all for now. These are shadows that I've used 5+ times. There's a few shadows that I've used once. There's some shadows that I've been dipping into a little bit more, so I have like 2 or 3 uses on them, but I'm not going to show you everything because that would be a long video every time, and it's just about the shadows that are getting closer, I guess, to 25 uses. I have made a spreadsheet where all of my shadows are in there. I can see if I've hit pan before 2025. I can mark it if I hit pan in 2025, and per month I can record my uses, and then it tallies up and tells me how many uses I still have left until I hit my 25 use goal. I'm gonna put in a little screenshot for you guys so you understand what I'm talking about. So let's just do the Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. So you can see the first row is if I've hip hand before 2025. The first column holds like some green squares and it has a little X in that. That means I've hip hand. That row is I've hip hand before 2025. The one next to that is if I've hip hand in 2025. In this palette I haven't hip hand yet in any shadows this year. And then the like smaller columns are my usage for all the months. So you can see the first one has a 5, then there's 23, so on and so forth. So that is the uses for January. Then going all the way to the right is all of the other months, so I can fill those in as I go. And then all the way at the back I have a column with the total amount of uses, and if I reach 25 it will color it green. So right now it's all red. You can see red 5 and then red 23, and then if I hit my 25 use goal that will turn green. And then the last column that you see is the amount of uses that I still have left. So I've decided to also put a formula into Excel so it can show me how many uses I still have left. So you can see for like the first shadow that I've used that 5 times. So the second to last column says 5 and then the last column says 20. So it means I've used it 5 times, I still need to use it 20 times. There's that. And then if I scroll down in my spreadsheet, I've also done like a total at the bottom. So the left column is the total amount of uses that I have done in shadows, and then the right column is the column that the total amount of uses that are still needed for me to hit 25 uses in all of my shadows. Not that I'm gonna really look at that, but I just thought it was funny to see how many times I actually needed to use my shadows. I believe it was like 9999 uses of shadows. I'm not really sure, but it was a big number. So currently, if we look at my numbers, you can see I've used shadows 215 times. So that's actually quite a good number, I guess, for like 30 days. And then I need to do 9,910 more uses to complete doing 25 uses on all of my shadows. That's not gonna happen this year, but I mean, 215 uses in 1 month, I think that's pretty good. I don't know. We're not really gonna look at that as a way to measure like how far I've come or how many uses I still have to do. I just thought it was funny to include it. I think it will be funny to check every month like how much progress I've made, but there's that. So this is the end of the video. I hope this all kind of made sense, and I hope that you were excited to follow along with this project. Like I said, Beauty Bank, I'm still gonna kind of see what to do with that. I really liked looking back on my spreadsheet and being like, oh, so this month I brought that in and I started using it, and it took me this amount of months to finish it, so that I sort of have a feel of how many uses are in my collection. Is that making any sense? So if I have like 2 lip glosses and it takes me 4 months to finish a lip gloss, then I know I have 8 months worth of lip gloss in my collection. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at this. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or any suggestions, you are free to let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, I hope that you please subscribe to my channel and that I will hopefully see you in one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.